Well, we are checking back in with Chris, who's made his way to our Greeneville Bureau there on Depot Street. And Chris, I understand you've got a pretty full house over there, talking about a lot of different events that are coming up.
Absolutely, Amy. We're covering some different aspects, very Greeneville-centric, Greene County-centric today. We're making sure we're taking care of the folks here in Greeneville and Greene County because they're always taking care of us here on Daytime Tri-Cities. And right now, I am talking to Joshua Dacey, and he is with the Greeneville and Greene County History Museum. And they have a big event coming up this Friday night. It's Night at the Museum, and we're going to get into that in just a few moments. But before we do, I want you to talk to our viewers about the museum. Kind of give them a history of the History Museum and what they can expect if they show up over there.
Certainly. So the History Museum itself started in about 1980. It's housed in an old school building, so there's some history for you. But we've been in existence for about 40 years and always a free museum, always dedicated to the community. And these new programs that we're coming out with, like Night at the Museum, really do focus on the community connections with history. And we're just inviting everyone to come by. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 4. We're a free museum, so check out our website for any updates in the programming, and we hope to see you down at the museum.
You know, when you just walk down the streets here in Greeneville, there's history everywhere. And you all have kind of taken all that history and put it in one location.
We have. The history in that museum ranges from pre-contact with indigenous people all the way up to pet milk and Magnavox and manufacturing history here in the area. There's so much to pack into that museum, and it's a good thing because it is all three levels. So.
And I know a lot of folks will stroll through there and find something, especially if you grew up here in Greeneville and Greene County, you're going to find something to relate to.
Certainly, you will definitely find something to relate to, and you will probably find your family name in there somewhere because, again, we're a community museum. All the artifacts that we have been donated generously by this community, and we take that to heart, and we really love to have those artifacts in our museum and love to share them with people.
When you're curating that museum, when you're putting the artifacts, a lot of that comes into play. Is it going to, there's so many families here that have made the history of Greeneville, Greene County. You want to make sure that they get their due.
We certainly do. So it's always creating a balance. It's really easy to think about Greeneville and think about, General Greene, who never actually set foot in Greene County. So we want to kind of get away from the big man history, as it were, and come down to the local level, tell those community stories, tell those family stories, tell them through the artifacts and those names.
I love that. I love that. Now, you got this big event. It's coming up this Friday night. It is called Night at the Museum, Freedom and Frontiers. Kind of break that event down for us and tell us what's going on there.
Sure thing. So Night at the Museum is a semi-annual program that we've started offering to get people into the museum kind of off hours. So you've got work until 5 o'clock. Well, we're going to keep the museum open a little bit late for you. Maybe you're a little bit hungry and you want something to drink, so we're going to provide some hors d'oeuvres and some drinks. But what we're going to provide is an experience at the museum. You're going to get to see the museum in a new light. It's an interactive experience. We're going to have 4 portrayals of 4 different people, starting with William McGowie, going to Old Tassel, moving down to David Robinson and Susanna Robertson. And these are all individuals that were in Greene County right around the 1780s or so. So right there at the colonial era when our country is fighting for its freedom. And it's a completely different story here in Greeneville and Greene County. You've got the state of Franklin going on. You've got the Cherokee Wars going on. So there's a lot that can kind of get swept up in that bigger story of the revolution, and we're trying to bring it back down to that community level and focus on those individuals who made Greene County's history Greene County's history.
Absolutely. Now, is this a ticketed event?
It is a ticketed event. So the event starts at 5. We're going to have groups going out through the museum about every 45 minutes. There's going to be 4 time slots available, and tickets are $25 unless you're a museum member, and then you get a complimentary ticket.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Joshua Dacey, thank you for taking some time with us today and giving us the story behind this wonderful museum. Folks, it's Greeneville Greene County History Museum. This big event is coming up Friday night. We have all the information for you right there on the screen. It is a night at the museum, Freedom and Frontiers.